just want to talk a little bit about my decision to get the tattoo, which was actually my first experience with that ever. So I decided to get the tattoo on the anniversary of what would have been her birthday had she had survived, because it was really important to me to do something to specifically acknowledge and mark that date in a way. And I decided to do the tattoo because I really wanted to be able to keep something of her with me at all times, because that's really one of the things that we are cut off from when we lose a child, is while other moms get to have their children with them, we clearly do not. And I wanted to have just this reminder of her. So what I actually got was just this tiny little star, which for me was really brave for my first tattoo, but I wanted to have it somewhere where it was visible. And I considered the idea initially of getting a little N for her name, Nora, but I personally decided against that because I wanted it to be visible. I didn't want it to be something that someone could ask me about and say, oh, what does N stand for? And put me in a position of having to explain myself or explain my story of my loss or my grief to someone if that didn't necessarily feel comfortable or good timing to do that. So I wanted something that was meaningful for me but was also very private. And so I chose to get a star because one of the things that stood out to me, I thought a lot about the idea, what is a symbol? What is a symbol that I could use to represent her in my life? And for me, after kind of exploring some options and kind of Googling some images and that kind of thing, I came up with the idea of a star, because one of the things that stood out to me most about her was how bright and alert her eyes were. And so I wanted something that represented the idea of brightness. And so I chose a star to represent that. And so it's dual purpose for me. The idea of the star and having that visible where I can see it is also a constant reminder to me to shine bright in honor of her, because I do believe that that is what she would want, right? I do believe that that is what our children would want for us, is that even in their absence, that we would go on to create a vibrant and beautiful life in their honor. And so I talk a lot about the idea that we can honor our children, our lost little loved ones, both by our tears, but also with our joy. So I would encourage you to think a little bit about how you may want to build that concept or that idea into your experience. And so I thank you so much for stopping by.